Hello everybody and welcome back to the Roma Heritage. Let's talk about the game versus Inter Milan. We all had expectations and we all waited for the game. It was just after our win versus Fiorentina. It was the international break. We all kind of waited to watch the game. It's a big game. We all waited for it a lot. And I don't think the result is actually I don't think the result is justified for this game at all. I think overall we kind of fight it well, but we missed some open chances, and we conceded such a weird goal. So let's talk about performance for a moment from scale from 1 to 10. What is the player rating? So of course Villar could do better. The goal we conceded. We'll talk about this later. Just let's do that. He could do better. I think he actually gripped the ball, but he kind of got to the ball, but kind of went under him. Something different, something weird. I don't know. Overall 6, but I think this goal is actually it should not have been conceded, but it's also from a very you didn't have any coverage of defense, and it was from a very close range shot, like what you can do from. And Nika was okay. He was fine. I would say the thing is, when we conceded a goal, everyone kind of hesitated to come back, and so why the offside flag didn't came up. It wasn't an offside. It was shown after during the game with the VAR. He kind of got to the ball, but he could came quicker, and therefore maybe we haven't conceded this goal. But okay, overall 6. Mancini had a great game, 7. Even I cannot say that. I know he plays a lot deeper, but even for this goal, he kind of hesitated, didn't come back. But I think still he had a great game overall. He was one of the best in these games, and 7 I think gonna be great. Gonna be his rating, which is one of the best in this game. He played well, but still, Hermoso. Also, I felt that it was a lot of ease also when we considered the goal, because I think it was on his side of the defense. Yes, it was from his side, because it was also Bonnie's side, and he basically just went he went a lot deeper into the field and didn't come back at all. He didn't make the run even that Indica did, and he's on the left side, on the right side of the pitch, and the Hermoso is on the left side. It's crazy, and it's not the first time it's happened, if you can notice. I've talked about it a lot, and overall I think Hermoso had a great start for the season. However, we all can see that he loves to play a lot of deeper into the game, into the field, and he just cannot track back when needed, and therefore he just leaves a big gaps of space behind him, which the attackers of the opponent team can exploit. This wasn't happened this game. It happened basically every other goal be conceded, versus the Lille one, versus so many goals, so many games. I don't know what to do. I don't want to say he's weak in our team, because defensively he can do a great job, right? He's the leader in the dressing room. You want him, but he just doesn't come back when needed, and leaves so much space when Ndika on the right need to cover for a left defender, center back, which is crazy for me. Mancini also was the central. He also should have been there. He was nowhere to be seen. Hermoso, I would also maybe give 6.5 overall this game. No, it's 6. Shelik also had a kind of average game, good game, 6 I would say. Also as Wesley. However, I think Wesley was kind of okay, tried to do a lot of things. I sometimes get passing to him. He came to attack quickly, quite quickly, I would say, maybe, I would say. Brian Cristante also had a fine game, 6.5, 6.5. And Connell again, not again, but a 7. They both did quite a fine job at the midfield, and however, we didn't create many chances, right? I don't think it's mainly, of course, it's a team, it's everyone's fault, but I don't think it's mainly on them. Sule had a good game, 7. 7 had a good game. Yes, you cannot say a lot to him, but like he did the right one. Dribble, passes, great. Pellegrini started the game, which is is a number 10, which is surprising, but not really, at least for now. Also had a 6.5, had an okay game, but again, those two cams couldn't create one goal. And now Dybala at the striker position. And look, I get it why he's on the striker position. You don't have a striker and he can do a job there. However, do you really want to put him right there? I don't think so. I know maybe the situation with Ferguson is not right, and the situation with Dovic is not right. But Dybala is not the player to play to put there. He's more of a cam. He should play there. He's basically out of position, you can say. And even this, when he played, you could see that he's adjusting, like he going to the side, to the back, to the midfield drop, and it helps. He also had a great skill, which is lovely to see. But still, you could see that in the box, basically, he had 5 to 6 players surrounding him, and nobody there helped him. Later on, when Dovic came as a substitute, and Dybala kind of went a little bit to the cam position, he had a greater game. He actually had a shot there, right? Because I don't know why, as a striker, he didn't have the shot, but as a cam, he kind of came and had the shot. And look, it was a very difficult shot from a very difficult angle. Maybe just because it's him, you can say he should have done, but I don't know. It was okay. It was still a great chance. But still, let's talk about Dovic. Basically, there are some passes, right? And the Sommer was basically left out on the right. On our right, his left side, he just came to the side of the net, and then basically the net was fully exposed. Dovic, which is I don't know what, but a tall, physical striker, finisher that could finish, could just scored with a header, one of the easiest goals, but couldn't do it. Now it's still from an angle and from his position it was kind of difficult. It wasn't easy, but it was such a big miss. Like we could really, even not win this game, we could got a point from this. We could really got a point from this. After they scored this scrappy, I don't want to call it even a scrappy goal, a weird goal. They kind of more got back. Maybe at the start we kind of didn't know what to do, but later on we had the possession, we had the attacks, we actually did more in this game. Zilkowski came I think he is a bit risky of player, and you know what? If he will maybe probably um, continue to play as he continued this game, he probably gonna get a red card. But he kinda gives and throws him like he really, when he go to tackle, he tackles with all of his body, which is great to see. I really think that maybe him and Hermoso at the center back could really rotate between them. You need to give some time for Zelkowski. I don't want to see right now because you see we saw with Tsimikas who had a great debut and with Ferguson that later on didn't have the great continuity. I don't want to talk a lot about him, but he shows a great game. 6.5 for him. You know what? 7 for him, most definitely. Dybala, right? 7 for him also. He did help in the midfield and in the side, at the camp, the striker position. Had some things, but for most of the game, I think he played out of the position. Maybe not most of the game, but you understand. Um, then, of course, we had Balzani, which is great to see him play. Uh, he he gives a lot of tempo to the game. He runs, he do a lot of things. 6.5 for him. Again, could not make it. No one could create a goal or create a change for this game. But let's talk for the main man. No, not the main man, but you know what I mean. Leon Bailey, his debut game. What a game! I I watched and I still couldn't figure his main. He did a crazy skill across some across when multiple people won on him, and later on he also kind of did that, maybe a skill in the past and kind of the middle. We couldn't see a lot of him at all. We could not see a lot, but it's exciting to see what he can do, right? It's not just me, right? Like, I think Dybala, and Sule could be great camps. Maybe one of the best attacks in this area. Maybe let's see, okay. But those three can be maybe the best playmakers in the league, for sure. Um, Look, this game should not end at a loss, in my opinion. We did played well. I think we couldn't though create one goal. 90 minutes. We didn't have an answer, but let's see what happens next game. But still, it's not all bad, right? From this game, I don't know. Please tell me in the comments what you think. What do you think of Bailey? It's gonna be interesting, right? I don't know. So thank you very much for tuning, and bye bye.